What it do, homies? We back here with some more beatbox. This time we are checking out CODFISH's Trap Monster. Let's go ahead, shut up, and turn it up.
I'm a trap monster, trap
Immediately got into it.
My favorite kind of music is trap music, trap music, trap music, trap my favorite kind of music is.
Wait, before you get into this. Okay, so he says, Trap Monster, favorite kind of music, trap music. Interesting. Of course, the things about traps is that, of course, the high energy in the drums, with a lot of that high end being in the hi-hats, right? So him adding in that nice little hi-hat roll in the middle of giving us the nice the bass, you know what I mean? This is kind of more sounding like trap and bass, which is different. Like trap and bass utilize more on the EDM side, a lot of bass design using trap drums and everything. But the inclusion of the hi-hat roll in there, right? I like that.
My favorite kind of music is.
I wonder if the people who are listening to this, as we're consuming it, if you guys ever think about their sound choices, right? Like, because with the human mouth, it's just like going through a sample pack where you just slide, for those of you that produce music, they're just going through a whole lot of snare samples to try to figure out what sounds the best with this mood that I am trying to accomplish. You know what I mean? So the snare sound that he is deciding to use has all that kind of that distortion on it. I can't make the sound. I'm not going to try to. I sound like a fool. But that just the amount of distortion, right? And it fits with the track because of the bass that he's given us, the nice little Sprite carbonated bass and everything. Another interesting thing is, of course, just like in trap, generally I guess it really all depends on the track where you would hear the snare also compressing the bass. You know what I'm saying? The snare will come in. You hear that some really heavy trap. The bass will stop, and then the snare will come in, and the bass will duck underneath that. Of course, in the world of beatbox, you have to make certain sacrifices and everything. And then it is your job to kind of make that stuff sound seamless and everything. You could look at it that way. I kind of look at it as just creative liberties, right? It's a compression duck right under there. So that nice, if you're going to do that, then whatever you're going to fill that space in needs to meet the tone of what you're trying to achieve here in the beatbox. So that's to tell you, it's one of those snares where I just want to cut out everything and kind of just sample it and just use that snare somewhere because it sounds so dirty.
Trap music, trap music, trap my favorite kind of music is.
Ooh. Ooh, okay, so I like that. I hear this a lot in that little transition he did right before he's going into his next one. I hear that in, maybe I might hear it in rhythm. I hear a lot of it in bass house, sometimes in really mid-tempo type of music, where, especially when it's slow, it's where they kind of give that amen drum type of beat. But then there's a siren that's modulated all the way up. and it almost kind of gives like it's a rewind type of feel, like before it goes right back into it. When it's executed really nicely, it's a really, really nice feel. It's a really, really nice transition, and I think that's what Codfish was trying to go for right here. Some evolving bass right there. Hold on. Yeah. Oh man, why he's got that bass going on? He's still adding in other different type of percussive elements, and it's just, I guess it's just kind of being aware of the areas in which you can be, when you're beatboxing, where you can start throwing in other stuff without sacrificing that quality of this bass line that you're giving us. It's just I don't know if it's kind of like it sounds like it's a hi-hat. It might even be just a short open hat. Like he just so carefully just places it right there on top of the bass before it drops, man. That's crazy. Watch.
My favorite kind of music is.
There it is. Oh, I thought this was about to be in a one of those in memoriam type of picture. I was about to say, oh no, but no, he just, he just styled a little bit, a little pose. You'll see how he was holding his head. He had to hold his head right there for that concentration, because everything he was spitting out was just pure fire. He couldn't just, he hit us with that magneto the entire time while he was spitting. Sometimes to take that level of concentration. All right, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this down in the comments. Dave's out.